Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Atkins from Ruddy Man Grooming. Some people call me King Tingle, and I am so glad to see you here because we're starting our series today on how to create and grow your very own beard grooming company. Now, there are a lot of ideas floating around about what your first step should be, how to take care of yourself, how to take care of other people, why you should, how you should. And I'm here to tell you, of course, my own opinion, being a beard grooming maker myself, and why I think this first step is more important than any other step. So stay tuned and we'll talk about that next. Okay, so you want to start a beard grooming company, or at least you think you might want to dabble in it to see if it's something that might be up your alley. That's perfect. And one of my passions not only is to make these wonderful grooming products so that we can all maintain these magnificent beards that we grow, but also to help other people along the way. Now, I won't go into a lot of detail. I'll save this for another video at another time. My own backstory and why I became a beard grooming company maker. But I absolutely understand the need for what we consider side hustles or projects that just instill creativity and exert some of that creativity out into the world. I totally get both those notions. My main thing is this: I understand what it's like to need that extra dough so that you can put bread on the table for your youngins, okay? Your children, your wife, even yourself, you need that extra money, that extra income to help supplement a job you already have, or maybe you're just looking for that passion project that's going to turn into your full-time gig and be the thing that you love to do. Because if you love what you do, we've heard it said a million times, right? You never work a day in your life. So many people will tell you this is the proper step. This is the proper step. And by no means am I saying I'm the be-all, end-all. But I'll tell you what worked for me, and quite possibly it could work for you. The very first step that I believe you should take before you ever start a beard grooming company is this: research, develop, and experiment. So I know that sounds super elementary, and some of you are like, okay, yeah, well, Jimmy, duh. But here's the deal. There are a lot of folks out there that say, and this probably works for some people, so you might want to try this in a different manner than I'm doing, but a lot of folks will say the first thing you need to do is get you a great business name that stands out. Get you a wonderful looking logo that just pops off the screen or on paper or banners or wherever you're going to be carried. Or get yourself set up legally as an LLC or an S corporation or any of these other things. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But coming from somebody who creativity has become like the largest part of my life, I believe it is necessary for you to find out how to do the craft itself, and then find out, are you good at it? And also, on top of that, is it something that you could see yourself doing for long hours, fulfilling orders for other people because it just brings you energy and joy and just a sense of fulfillment? So those things go hand in hand. I think it's kind of likened to what I have been doing my whole life in music, okay? The last thing anybody needs is somebody who is ill-prepared to go onto a stage and perform. Now, it happens all the time, okay? And I'm not knocking people who aren't like as virtuoso as some of the greats out there. But what I mean to say is, you don't give a performance until you've done the practice. And most of the time, these components go hand in hand. What do? You get an instrument, you purchase the things you have to do the craft. Secondly, you actually work at it until you feel like you have reached a level of, now I could do this, you know, I could do this. And then third, you actually take that to some trusted advisors, counselors, people that you know, preferably folks that are not online, people that you know in your immediate neighborhood that you interact with in a physical way on a daily basis. All three of those main things can just go right over into how to create a beard grooming company. A, you need to do some research. Find out what great carrier oils are out there. Let me show you. I've got a few of these jugs here of just base carrier oils here. This is actually fractionated coconut oil. It's a liquid version of coconut oil. It's a fantastic and thinner kind of oil. And we'll go into all the properties and all that stuff in later videos. Right now I'm not gonna deal with that as much as I am. Find out good oils. This is jojoba, golden jojoba, and this is fractionated coconut oil. Just two of the kinds that Ruddy Man Grooming uses in our blends. And do some research to find out why those work for most people. Then find a blend and keep working at it. Keep working at it until you find that perfect blend that your beard just can't live without, okay? Everybody's beard and skin is different. So the chances of finding a beard oil that is going to match everyone in the world are very, very slim because we're all so very different. But all of us are similar enough so that if it works for you, there's a great chance it's going to work for a multitude of other people, okay? So find yourself a really, really great carrier blend that you want to work with. And this goes into balms and butters and everything else too, you know? Find those things that your beard loves the most. Then add your fragrances and get them to where you like them smelling. What works for you? What works for your spouse or your significant other, your children, your co-workers? What gives off a really pleasant aroma without overkilling, without making them think, oh man, this guy's got no nose left, you know? You want to be in that really sweet spot for you. If it doesn't work for you, then why would you ever put it out there for someone else, right? And then I would also go so far as to say, try it out with some folks that you trust, that you see on a physical basis, on a daily basis or a weekly basis, people that are in your immediate neighborhood that you can actually see and shake hands with or give hugs to. Because when you send this stuff off to reviewers, that's when you're subjecting yourself to a whole lot of opinion and a whole lot of feedback that can be very, very critically good for you as a company. But it can also, if you're not prepared, it can also deter you from going further in the industry. So make sure that the people you know that have beards in your immediate life can dig it. You know, make sure that they can get into it. That's exactly how it worked for Ruddy Man. I started out and had a bunch of guys at my church who were bearded and just handed them samples. Now, I understand you got to be careful. You do have to be careful not to give anybody anything that's going to give like allergic reactions. But the truth of the matter is this: all of our skin is different. All of us have different sensitivities. All of us have different proclivities towards different kind of scent profiles and carrier blend types. So this is something that is kind of a gamble. You're going to run into finding people who it doesn't work for. But if you have trusted individuals, particularly if they've been friends or acquaintances or work co-workers for years, you've got a really good foundation to go and put yourself out there to see and ask the real big question: am I good at this? And all of that will help you create an idea going forward. Then your themes and your logos and all your business tactics and all those things, they can come up next. But the first thing you want to find out is, do I have a knack for it? Do I have something to offer? Is it good? And what can I do to shift it around, change it to where my beard and the beards of the people I know in my close network of friends can understand. Now, granted, again, do all of this with the utmost care, okay? Get into, most of you, if you're starting a new beard company or even thinking about it, you don't have a dedicated space or anything like that. That's totally fine. Business is for growth. It starts very, very basic and it grows up from there. Right now we're in my workshop that is a finished basement. We didn't even think about finishing this basement until this business came along. It was a kitchen project until I figured we were actually going to sell to masses, and I needed a separated, really good environment for all of that stuff to take place in. But until that point, I was making for my friends to see if this is any good. So use what you have at your disposal. Grab you some good carrier blends here. Work on finding that perfect blend for your face, and then pass it around. Now, I'll piggyback on that with a couple final points. Also understand as much as you can the industry that you're about to step into. And I mean that on a level that's like, what is hot right now? Beard oil companies can't be beard oil companies without beard oil. So create yourself a very, very nice, robust blend that's gonna work. We've already said that. You also have guys out there who will not buy a beard oil without either a beard balm or a beard butter. Butter is the hot topic of the last 2 years. And if you're going to be a company, I dare say before you even open the doors, get that butter rolling the way you like it. Balm is definitely something that's sticking around. We have a lot of it has beeswax in it for shape and hold and nourishing, conditioning, protection from elements. If you're going to take care of your beard, beard oil is going to be your great skin moisturizer, and it's going to help your beard hairs. Of course you need that for a beard grooming company. Balm is absolutely necessary for guys who need to shape and tame. And then butter is just that thing that everybody is looking for. It conditions, it softens, it makes your hair just look alive. And you need that if you're going to go into business. So keep that in mind as you decide, I'm going to try my hand at this. First step, once again, is to try what you know, make something, test it out with trusted individuals, and find out, am I good at this and do I have something to offer? Before you take any other steps, don't spend any other money except for what you have to on carrier blends and certain products to be able to make that end result that's going to help you find out if this is something that you want to do. Do I want to be a beard grooming company? Test it out, see if it's something you have a proclivity towards, and then we'll go on to some other videos helping you find those next steps. Now, before we end, I wanted to let you know, today's video is brought to you by a shameless plug, and that is our new Midnight scent. This is actually our Ruddy butter, speaking of butters, a liquid butter that is meant, it was born in the summertime so that it wouldn't melt in transit, but it's actually just a fractionated version of all of these solids that you find in a typical Ruddy whip, which is our whipped solid. Midnight is a wonderful scent. It's got we call it a gentleman's blend of musk, hints of Cuban tobacco and bourbon. It's a great date night scent. And he came along and said, hey, I'll endorse this video. So if you're looking for a new scent or a new kind of thing to help push you, inspire you, maybe check out Midnight from Ruddy Man Grooming. Also, one last thing I want to say. If you are somebody out there interested in creating your own company, please accept this as my personal invitation to reach out to me at any time. I'm going to put my email address down below. You can also DM me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm pretty active both places. All that's going to be in the notes down below. And I'll also have a little link here for Midnight. I wanted to let you know if you're going to try something, maybe consider me as a trusted source. I would like to help you find that perfect blend and give you nothing but the positive criticism you need to make it even better. And we can help each other make the world's next great beard grooming company. I'm super excited to see you guys get into it, and I'm super excited to give you the next video very soon. What's next steps? We'll find out. You guys take care. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let me know down in the comments below what you think is a great first step if it's not the one that I laid out today, and some suggestions for further videos. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to interact with you. And until next time, remember this: you're not ready till you're ready.